Hey everybody, thank you so much for watching today. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I do upload videos periodically on just different things about paparazzi world. I wanted to show you guys my setup. A lot of you watched the video that I posted on setting up your jewelry in small spaces. A lot of you hit me up and thanked me for that because a lot of people do have small spaces. I also did an updated video about, I don't know, maybe a year ago of my space at that time, which was actually behind my couch. I did not have a lot of room either, but I was outgrowing the original space that I had. So I used what I had available. I went behind my couch and I kept two boards back there kind of at an angle. And you can lower the bars, which are nice, so if you don't want all your jewelry exposed. But guess what? I sold more jewelry that way because people would come over to drop off something completely different. They would see it and they would ask questions about what is all of that. I had it as neat as I could. I did have some storage bins back there, and I would go live right there in a very tiny corner behind my couch. Well, it's been 2 years and now I am actually in a full room, a bedroom. And so some of you had asked, where am I at now and where's my storage and what does it look like? So I'm going to show you guys that today. So behind me are my boards that I normally have up for a live. I go live straight from these boards. I don't have all of my jewelry on the boards. I do have bins with additional inventory in them. I don't want to have too many boards up in the space because I kind of feel a little overwhelmed. So I do trade them out and I keep them in bins, and the bins are all labeled, and I can show you guys those as well. But over here are my colored jewelry, my colored necklaces, earrings, things like that. I keep them all over here. And then down below are my gunmetal, brasses, gold. I don't sell a ton, so I keep that maybe a little less stocked. Right now I'm out of some stuff. You see some gaps there I do need to replenish. But over here I also have the earrings, and I try to keep in mind that I want it set up so that if somebody comes over, they can see it easily. They can pair up a necklace with a matching earring, and they're not digging and looking through and trying to find earrings way over there. I want it to be accessible so that they can say, oh, that looks good with that. I have a lot of people who love sets, and if I can make it easier for them to find those sets or locate them, I'm better off making a sale. So that's the first board. This board behind me over here is silver. And like I said, I just have some of it out. I don't have all of it. And then here are some silver earrings to go with. And then down here, this space that's empty, I left it empty because I literally just set up this room. I just moved here recently. And this space, I'm not 100% sure what I want to use it for. So I left the pegs out for now. If you put the pegs in and you're constantly pulling them out, they do stretch the holes out a little bit. So I try to keep that in mind and try to keep it specific to what I want and not always trying to pull the pegs out. You can pull them out quite a bit before they do that, but I've had to pull them out a lot, so I want to be careful. But this is my silver board, and it goes all the way down, and then I have some colored pieces. I try to keep my chunkier pieces together, my thinner pieces together. And if you have any questions about these, you can put it in the comments. So these are two boards. And then over here, I have my mannequin, and I'll pull her out whenever I need her. And let me just turn the camera around so you guys can see I also have a third board at my side. So this would be the side, my left side. And this board here is used a little differently. So down here I have a bunch of long necklaces, and they are a there's a variety of necklaces. They're not all the same on one hook like I normally would do over here. But for space, that's what I've done, and you can easily see the pendants down here and then draw it up to the necklace to pull it out. This board right here is more of what I wanted to show you guys. This has really helped me out a lot, and you may not have space for this, but if you don't have space to hang it, you can always put it by your side. I've done that as well when my space was tighter. This is what I call my live board, and right now you can't see it because I went live a little bit ago. But right here, and I just did a small live. I did a little mini lunch live, really small, because some of my clients don't want to watch an hour, 2-hour live. They like the little short one. So I do a little bit of both, variety, right? Well, on this board, this is my live board. And what I do is when I go live, I pull the jewelry from the board and I put it here. That way, everything that I showed during that live is here. It makes it so much easier for me when I'm trying to locate pieces that are, you know, a week later somebody comments, 3 hours later, and sometimes it can get overwhelming when you have a ton of jewelry and you have a bunch of the little numbers. And what I do is I have the rear facing numbers for lives, but then I also wrote the number on the back, and it's easier for me to see it, and I flip it over. That way when I have inventory here, I can quickly see the number and I can pull it. And when I'm doing a live and there's lots of people on, it can become a little overwhelming, as some of you consultants might know, that they're asking for a number and you're trying to find it and you can't. And you're really wanting to put it to the side so it doesn't get misplaced or somebody else doesn't snag it by accident. It can get crazy. So this has helped me tremendously. I even zip tied a little basket here, and in this basket is where I'll throw some rings, I'll throw some stretchy bracelets, snap bracelets that sometimes don't sit very well on these pegs. I'll throw them in here, and this board is labeled with a piece of tape, and this actual date is wrong, but because I just went live, so I need to change it. But I will put today's date on here, and it says live board, and you can put it up at the top, probably a better idea. You can put it down at the bottom, but it allows me to see this was the date that I went live. So when someone asks me a week from now or 3 days from now for a piece and I keep going live, this board has those items. You can even segment it and make these items live. If you're doing lots of inventory, you can do the whole board. I also sometimes take these peg boards and I'll hang another set on the opposite side and just turn the board around. And I'll use zip ties for that, and it works beautifully. You can even add some to the sides and keep it going with the zip ties as well. So that works also. So those are just some tips that I've been using to help with my inventory, to help with my lives, so that I can keep my jewelry organized and neat. I'll go ahead and show you guys too. Over here, I have my table. I have a 6-foot table sitting here, and with this table I have bins full of jewelry. Some of them you really can't see. There's some over there, some on the floor, but this is where I keep my extra jewelry. I keep my bins right here for my live sales. When people order things, I write their name down and I stick it in the bucket with a sticky, and that's their bucket, and I can line this whole table full of those little shopping carts, is what I call them, and all their jewelry is in it and ready to go. And with their name easily accessible, I can add jewelry to their basket and not get overwhelmed. I also have a smaller bust or a smaller mannequin next to me, and I can show jewelry here. I keep that near me, so sometimes I don't want to pull her out. I can just use this one and show jewelry that way as well. Let me show you also on my buckets. I do have whatever's inside labeled with tape. These are my snap bracelets that I have, and I also have them numbered. So I do pre-number with stickies all of my bracelets, because those seem to be so much easier to just throw in a basket and have those pre-numbered. I don't have a sticky, or I don't have a hook to hang them on sometimes, so that works out really well. If you guys want more information about that, just put it in the comments and I'll be sure to do a video on that. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful, and if you have any questions about being a consultant or purchasing paparazzi, just leave that in the comments as well. You can follow me on Facebook, Tanya's Jewelry Shop. You can see me there, and yeah, I'd love to connect with you. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.